Let me use the opportunity and urge Nigerians that one thing we seem to fail to do as Nigeria is to accept that there are three tiers of government: the federal government, the state government, and the local government. Nigerians will find something wrong at the local government. They will say it is Buhari. They will find something wrong and not well done at the state government. They will say it is Buhari. Buhari is the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the country is divided into 36 states with governors who receive between 3 billion, some 20 billion every month. And they have their security vote, they have the education to manage, they have school feeding to manage, they have agriculture to manage, land is under their control, they have the powers to, using the commissioners of police and the attorney general of the reference state, to prosecute and charge persons who carry arms, who kill people. When each of these things will happen, they say it is Buhari. This is wrong. Nigerians should start appropriating responsibility and failure to state governments so that they don't look all up to the president at the federal government. We are not running a unitary government. We are running a federal government with the federating states having responsibilities, receiving their own monies. I will not ask local governments, because local governments have been pocketed and suffocated, and they have been arrested and imprisoned by the governors. So, because their governors take the monies of the local government, appoint caretakers in the name of elected chairman, and so on. I respect the governors, but the way most of them have carried on, I quote the words of Professor Jega when he delivered the democracy lecture. He said that governance has been the worst, and other things have been worst at the state government level. And I want to say, even if the state governors have done worse, the legislatures, I want to apologize to them before I say this. I want to apologize to the state houses of assembly before I say this. And I say it as a trustee of the legislature in Nigeria, that the state houses of assembly have not done well. They no try at all. They no try. Because I want them to try and do and act as up to 20% of what the National Assembly has done in checking the executive. They should not try 50%, too. They should try even 20% of what the National Assembly has done. That is why I say when you say the National Assembly is overacting, that is what they are supposed to do with respect. I pray that I wouldn't be fined for saying that the National Assembly is doing well. I mean, that the National Assembly is right, giving it to the executive. They are right because they are supposed to check. I want the House of Assembly to please just do, if you know 15, 20%, just try 15 or 10%, because you people have not done well. You've not allowed the governors to operate as emperors. You've allowed there to be no budget. We cannot even look at the votes and proceedings or the Hansard to show that most of you have shown intellect in legislature. Watch National Assembly proceedings and look towards acting as at least 10% of the legislature. Finally, and very finally, for the governors of the states, all the 36 states House of Assembly, I want to commend the words of Speaker Dogara, that we should look at states and how they collapsed. He gave experience of countries that were well, and the emperors that acted as if, and the heads of those governments that acted as if they were to live forever, and they were the owners of the funds of those countries. When those countries collapsed, those heads of government of those countries ended ignominiously. And Mr. Speaker said, you cannot do what you did while you were in office and expect that you will not end the way those governments of those nation states ended. I commend this to governors of states to know that there is a tomorrow for each and every one of them. And I want to say that the immunity that is attached to the office of the governor and deputy governor is only suspended prosecution, is only suspended because whenever you are out of office, 8 years is not too long, you will account for it. So do things today that you can account for it in 8 years and be able to walk the street. If all the governors in all the states act responsibly with the funds of their states, I think the whole country would have done well, because it is what the local government, state government, and the federal government does that builds the economy and the reputation of their state. I'm not condemning the governors. I respect them, but there is always a day to account.
Thank you so much, sir.